Hey guys, I'm here today at the Midian Guard, this awesome place just outside the city of Melbourne, and we're gonna have an amazing product unboxing today for you. So I've got Andy here with me today, and he'll have a quick talk about what's going on here and the awesome product that we're about to show you. Andy, come over here.
Actually, Andy's not here right now. You'll have to do it yourself.
Okay. Let me just get into character for this.
Hey, welcome everyone. Welcome to Midian Guard. All right, today we have this fantastic release, the Vampire: The Eternal Struggle card game. Now, this was done by the creator of Magic: The Gathering, and the extent that it's survived for this long as Magic: The Gathering should speak swathes about how good this game is. So we're really excited about it. It's a new box set that's come out, bringing it up to V5. So if you are running the role-playing game as well, or you just like card games and you love the World of Darkness or anything Gothic, maybe you should take a look at this. So enough talking from me. We're going to grab the box that I've got around here and we're going to do an opening. Here it is. Hold on.
Hey everybody. I'm Ryan. I'm a customer here at the Midian Guard, and this is going to be my copy of Vampire: The Masquerade: The Eternal Struggle, 5th edition. So I get the honor of opening this up for you.
Oh, hang on. I want to go at this as well. So move over. Come on, COVID distance, COVID.
All right,
COVID.
you keep your mask of 1,000 faces on, Andy, and I guess you can join me. It is your shop after all.
All right. So I didn't want to miss this either, guys. So it's Ryan's box, so Ryan's going to open it. I'm going to be in here and I'm going to be jumping in with anything else that I feel I need to say. So go for it.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's take a look at what's inside this box. Really been looking forward to this. Here we go. And just like that, it's outside of the box.
Fantastic.
So what do we got here? We got the brand new version of the rule book, 5th edition. Cover art just like on the cover of the box. It's really good, nice and glossy. That new factory blue smell. Yeah, you can get high off it. So don't do that, kids. All right, so we've got also we've got some blood counters here, so you can help play the game. This is actually really meaningful for me because as a person who came into VtES kind of late to the game, all those blood counters that they released in the early editions to go on with the game, I just couldn't find them anywhere, and I was always borrowing other people's blood counters. For people who are coming in that are new to this game, having blood counters so you can play the game right from the get-go is really, overlooked but really nice advantage, really nice customer service they did. And they give you the edge, which is a great thing to do. So you don't have to use, a coffee mug.
Yeah, that's right. So these the glass beads only used to be given out at tournaments, and you used to only get 5 at a time for either entering or winning a tournament. So they were pretty hard to get a lot of the time. They came with different symbols on it, being Camarilla or Sabbath. So it's great to see that they've supplied this, that I don't have to go looking for them for I'm not sure, there were pet stores for glass beads or Bunnings for beads, and they're always too big and too heavy. So this is great that they've supplied this. It's only a little thing, but it makes so much difference. As well as the edge. You can use anything as the edge, but it's really nice to have the symbolism of the 3-snake logo happening there and really bringing the theme into the whole imagery. Yeah, it all fits. It's fantastic.
I want to point out one other thing. One great thing that they've done aside from the blood counters is that, first of all, this rule book is finally at a size that you can read without putting on, the biggest squint, because they used to be like this, So better for that, and also easy to get rules. I don't know if you've ever tried to teach someone how to play Vampire live, but it's a lot to take in. So having these, typical best table size is 5, so they got 5 different reference sheets, double-sided, with the rules that are good, handy to know, basic terms, and there are a lot in this game. Hey, it's a great game. Once you know it, everything clicks, but when you get that learning curve, Okay, we all need a bit of a reference to know what's going on.
Yeah, now, one thing I didn't really notice is that each of these quick reference sheets is actually sectioned for each of the decks. So we've got a Tremere deck, we've got a Ventrue deck, and Nosferatu, and one for each deck. So why that's important is because they've gone with your overall strategy. So essentially you can, after you've even played the deck once, or if you want to read through it first, you get an idea of how the deck is made and what its strengths are. And I think that's what's so great about this, that we've never seen this before. The only thing we've ever seen for the game is a book release, which talked about the different cards as well as the different clans and how you might want to play it with a sample like list. This is giving you the deck as well as a strategy guide on how to play that deck. So it's almost as if they're welcoming you to take on that role of that Methuselah or Antediluvian or whatever you want to term yourself as, and try and manipulate the table based on what the clan strengths are.
Absolutely.
So
you don't have to depend on the veteran at the table telling you the strategy that you need to do. You can rely on, a guide right out of the box. 5 brand new players could purchase this and have it open up right at their table, and it didn't matter if they've never heard of Vampire before. They could play a game and have some competent strategies and play the decks they were meant to be played. And I think that's a great experience for new players. Basic decks, basic ideas, clear strategies, see how it all meshes. And then once you finally get happy with that, then you can start to branch out, go to your local store like the Midian Guard, and and find other options, to expand your decks. The different clans are definitely going to come out in the future as well. It's perfect.
Yeah, and I love the rulebook. One, you talked about the size of it. It used to fit in your wallet. That's how small it was, and that's how small the writing was. It was like a mini book. But with this book, they've done really well. Like, it's easy to read. It's well designed in that respect. The imagery, I'm actually quite pleased with it. I always worry about the imagery on new products, but they've kept very well with the whole idea of the world of darkness. This is a table setting for 5 players. And yeah, it's just really good, easy to get through. I'm really liking it. Like I said, the imagery was very important to me, keeping you in the whole theme of that world of darkness and what you're playing, and how you can manipulate and control even the mortal world. So I love it.
Yeah, visual samples is so key for people. Not everybody wants to learn by just reading text.
Yeah.
Having the cards broken down like that is excellent.
So where are the cards?
Oh yeah, I left them in the box. Give me a second. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. And there we go.
Nice.
And here we are. We've got the 5 Camarilla clans.
Camarilla, whichever way.
Depends on how you want it. How Spanish do you want to go?
All right.
All right.
So if you haven't played the game, there are various sects in Vampire. And this is the sect that believes in staying alive by being under a masquerade that humans don't come hunt all the vampires.
Yeah.
This one comes with 5 different clans. So why don't we just quickly go through the clans? You showed the Ventrue. So what do Ventrue do?
So Ventrue, these are the lords of the vampire world. These are the born leaders, the aristocracy of the modern vampire. If you are a Ventrue, your strategy is to dominate literally the competition using that discipline.
Yep.
Great for not only dealing heavy bleed damage to your prey, but also for deflecting or flicking on attacks from your predator to your prey. So you can manipulate people and really frustrate your opponents around the table. And if that were not enough, this deck in particular focuses on another grand strategy of the Ventrue, which is to control the votes. Be able to, which is a great political addition to this game. It's not just a combat game. It's not just a stealth game. It's also, there's a voting mechanic in it, and the Ventrue excel at that. So
yeah. So I'll just get straight onto the Nosferatu. Do everything in secrecy under the veil of, well, pretty much darkness and
sewage,
because
that's where they stay and belong according to the.
Look, often being described as ugly on the outside, the Nosferatu do have to protect their visages because they're marked in the worst way of most of or all of the Camarilla clans with their visage, and they can easily be seen as monsters. So
Yeah, walking masquerade breaches there.
yeah, very much so. So they're all about hiding, stealth, and getting things done in the back streets and behind what you see in everyday life.
But
Yeah,
they're incredibly strong. One of their disciplines, aside from the obvious obfuscate, where you can become invisible, is potence.
Yep.
So you can combat one of these sewer monsters. They're gonna throw you up against a brick wall and lay into you. And not only that, they're also a really good intercept deck. Because they have animalism, which is good for if any of the other vampires are trying to be sneaky.
yeah.
They can have a cat tell them what's up.
Do you want to pick the next one that you want to?
Oh well, okay. I really like the Malkavians, and they're pretty straightforward. Who doesn't like the crazy vampires? Okay. Now, are they crazy or are they just seeing the truth? Yeah, a bit of both. And what they do best and what they are known for in this game is the stealth bleed, as some of my friends call it the sleaze approach. They are fast out of the gate, and they are coming for your secrets, and they are going to deal a lot of bleed damage to you, unless you can find a way to stop them. They take advantage of dominate, just like the Venture did. Right here, but they're less political, and they're more just about getting past your defenses and charming your friends and allies and making them go crazy. And if that were enough, they can do it while they're kind of invisible.
Yeah. So they're the seers of the sect. Next we have Toreador. Now these guys are the excess of pretty much anything, really, aren't they?
They're passion incarnate, really. Yeah, they are the artists. They are the pretty ones whose beauty or talent should have been immortalized by vampire society. That's not a recipe for disaster at all. Huge egos, and they love to show it. They are the debutantes of the ball. They host all of the parties and get-togethers in vampire society. They are. Not only are they, just naturally beautiful, but they use that their power of the blood, their presence, to really charm others. And while the Ventru are more of a maybe dominate, which is more of a brute force thing, the presence can kind of be used, in that same way, brute force, but it can also be a bit more manipulative.
So where you would come across a Ventru and they could control you, they more or less control your emotions and yourself. So where you might feel angry towards someone, you might end up loving
Falling in love.
loving them and not being able to really do anything against them, and that would be so out of the realm of your thinking after meeting them. They are fast.
Oh yeah, celerity. They're not to be underestimated in a combat. They'll if you get a gun on one of these guys, they can be shooting you Matrix style. 20 bullets in you. You don't even realize you're dead until you already are.
All right, we'll get to the last one. I know you guys have been on quite a long video. So, Tremere, they're the wizards of the sect. Have used the blood to actually do what would otherwise be known as magic.
Blood
Magic
sorcery.
blood sorcery in the modern world. Very dangerous. Now, if I recall correctly, they've got Dominate as well, correct?
They also, yes, they're big fans of Dominate, but and which they can use to their advantage. But the fact that they got blood sorcery, that blood sorcery can do so much, and so it really does lead into a very versatile experience with the Tremere. I've seen so many different types of Tremere decks over the years. I believe this one they advertise as another toolbox, kind of like the Nosferatu. It's got a little bit of combat.
Yep.
It's got a little bit of bleed damage with their Dominate.
Yep.
And they also have Auspex, which is the knowing everything discipline. It's very good for blocking the plans of others.
Yeah, good intercept. Very good intercept.
Yeah. So I think they're fun. They lend very much into a minion mancy type setup. So if you start collecting Tremere, with this starter set, or combine it with some older editions, or what the cards will be coming out next for whenever they get the second release for that. Tremere are very good for summoning allies or creating gargoyles or other kind of creatures that will bash your enemies for you. So
That's right.
a lot of people have a lot of fun with the Tremere.
Yeah. So, you know what? We've talked enough on this video. Behind the camera, I've got Nathaniel. Unplanned. Get in here, mate, and have your last say on this.
So what did you think?
Yeah, that was a great review. Couldn't have asked for a better reviewer.
Oh, you're too kind.
So special thanks to Andy for lending us his Princeton to do this unboxing video, and special thanks to Ryan for allowing us to use his brand new Vampire the Eternal Struggle 5th edition box set as part of this review. So Ryan, anything you want to say before we wrap up?
Well, I'm just really super excited to open these cards up and get Nathaniel, Andy, and whoever else wants to come down the Midian Guard. Let's get a game going with this. You're going to enjoy it. You're going to love learning this, and you're going to want to get a hold of these as soon as possible. So, hey, thanks, Nathaniel, for letting me speak about it. I'm going to have some fun.
Yep. So thanks again for watching. If you enjoyed this video, remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you around.
See you guys.